Now about 8 days after these sayings, he took with him Peter and John and James, and went up on the mountain to pray. And as he was praying, the appearance of his countenance was altered, and his raiment became dazzling white. And behold, 2 men talked with him, Moses and Elijah, who appeared in glory and spoke of his departure, which he was to accomplish at Jerusalem. Now Peter and those who were with him were heavy with sleep. And when they awakened, they saw his glory and the 2 men who stood with him. And as the men were parting from him, Peter said to Jesus, Master, it is well that we are here. Let us make 3 booths, one for you and one for Moses, and one for Elijah, not knowing what he said. As he said this, a cloud came and overshadowed them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. And a voice came out of the cloud, saying, This is my son, my chosen. Listen to him. And when the voice had spoken, Jesus was found alone. And they kept silence and told no one in those days anything of what they had seen. This Sunday's Transfiguration teaches us 2 key lessons. First, Peter and his friends fell asleep while Jesus was glorified with Moses and Elijah. This might show Peter was more worried about being tired than following Jesus' mission, or that they lacked spiritual alertness. We often feel weary on our spiritual journey and can lose focus when we need to be most attentive to Jesus, missing his presence during Mass. Alternatively, St. Ambrose sees their sleep as a response to the overwhelming divine light. The glory of Jesus was too intense for them to understand at first, showing how we sometimes can't perceive God's greatness when we're spiritually weak. Their awakening reminds us to stay spiritually alert to truly recognize God's presence. When Peter suggested building 3 tents for Jesus, Moses, and Elijah, the Gospel says he did not know what he was saying. St. Ambrose praises Peter's good intentions, while another church father explains that Peter didn't yet grasp his true mission to establish the church, God's home on earth where we encounter him daily. We are called to help build the church so others can experience God's glory. This means continually awakening to God's presence and acting with sincere desire and love. Today, reflect on Peter, James, and John falling asleep and then waking up to Jesus' transfiguration. Think about Peter's excitement and how these disciples helped build the church, inviting others to meet Christ. Pray that their example inspires you to follow their path.